you never know who you're gonna influence if you get 1 like or 1,000 likes or 10,000. It doesn't matter, man. You impacted somebody. And guess what, man? That just do something to me when somebody called me and say, hey, man, I really appreciate what you said. And I can't give up. Because of her, I can't. Stay consistent. Be you. Don't change for nobody else now. Be you.
Welcome to another episode of Connect Media. This is the first podcast episode of 2024 with my boy Cat.
That's right.
And man, my boy Cat gonna introduce himself and we're gonna get this thing going. So, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Pedro Gathings, just Cat. Been kicking with this kid for, he's a young man now. Oh, Lord, it's been, I guess 3 or 4 years, I guess. Hey, we're just gonna get into it, Pedrick. Just Cat. Follow me on social media also. TikTok, Facebook, all the social media platforms, even X. All right, let's get to it, Keyshawn.
Let's get to it, man. But yeah, man, we kind of going back to when we first met. Like, I know you watched me play ball for a couple years, but other than that, we really got a real relationship afterwards. Because I was telling you that I wasn't going to go to college. And
yeah, it's like a dagger.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it.
Yeah. It was tough for quite a few people. Yeah. But at the same time, I know you was one of the main ones that encouraged me to keep going and to actually try it out too. So I just want to say thank you for that. And just being the one that was kind of had my back through all that. And but yeah, I know you definitely had your fair share of coming up into the business world and just life in general.
I have.
And so, like, man, I just want to ask you, like, what are some of the challenges that you faced that, basically some on your journey that you faced coming up?
That's fair enough. Good question. Some of the challenges I faced, I feel like people telling me, don't do that. No. And of course, no mean next opportunity. And I think I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. How old are you right now?
I'm 23.
23. At 23, man, I was young, wild, and free. At 23, I had a wife, 2 kids at that time. Yeah. So I didn't really know. But the challenges I think I faced, man, I guess starting off, I went to college, played a little football, and it didn't work out. And I quit. And guess what? That quitting turned into probably a 15-year revolving cycle of quitting different jobs. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then I realized, I think, that what really opened my eyes about, when was it? 2008, I think. Yeah, that's when it was. When I lost my job. I had a real good job, making good money. And the wife was pregnant with our last child. Things was going well, and it made me realize nothing is promised. And so I had to just try different things after that, and I just, here I am. Yeah, just trying to be that light, I guess you can say. Even with your journey, man, because when you told me you was a dude, I'm not trying to, blow your head up. You was different, man. You was a ball player. I mean, you was a lefty, and I always wanted to be a lefty. But dude, I was like, when you told me you said, I want to pursue something different. And what you doing now, I'm like, dude, are you sure about this? And when you told me, and I was like, okay, do it. Because here's the thing, one thing about life, man, just do it. Just do it. And challenges gonna come, man, no matter what. And I always have a good circle around you, man. A lot of people are not your friend. I found that out the hard way. I have like a committee, what I call, is like 7 people in my committee.
Like that.
7, and they know who they are. I call them by any and everything. I mean, any and everything. And that's how I deal with my challenges, because they're going to give me constructive criticism, and they're going to say, hey, all right, let's do it. So that's how I deal with things. Just form a committee, I guess you can say, man. Yeah. Just form a committee. Just somebody that it don't have to be 7, but I'm the 7th child, so there's a reason I chose 7. I wear the 7. Yeah, I wear the 7 on my neck, so my mom had 8 boys, so I'm the 7, so 7 is completion. So that's how That's how I get through challenges, man.
And that makes sense, man. Definitely having a support system.
Yeah.
You know, I notice like when people get into business, they tend, when they do quit, it'd be a lot to do with the support system, you know. And there's a lot of success stories that some of them didn't have success, like support systems, but a lot of them that they did. And so that's why I always try to let people know, especially like parents when they got younger kids, like just do your best to try to support them. Just try, because I'm a prime example of, like, I had a good support system, and that just them being there, they ain't have to spend money or anything, but just them being there alone helped me get through a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why I always tell anybody, like, make sure your support system is just strong it could be, because that will take you just so far, whether you financially ready for anything or whatever. Yeah, you be fine mentally. Yeah, because I think that's a mental part is definitely important in it all. Because even with the sports, like I was able to challenge myself with, like, physically, but the mental state had to be strong too.
You better have mental toughness. You better. You
gotta be mentally strong as well, because you always having these up and down, people emotions going crazy, and you gotta make sure you in check. But then when I got into this, it wasn't. I had to learn. Okay, it's not really physical no more. Yeah, it's mental. It's all mental, really.
That's what it's all about. Physical is good, but that mental toughness.
It's like mental. Yeah. So I'm glad I went through all them challenges with the sport with basketball, because like I feel like if I didn't do the basketball, I'd been a lot more. I wouldn't have grew as fast as I did at the time, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. It was tough. I mean, like, I was one of the guys that needed to score. Yeah. I had to make sure everybody was in check. Yeah. Like, I had to yell at some people. I ain't like it, but you had to do it, you know? So, all that little stuff. But,
gotcha.
But yeah, one thing I noticed about you that I know you did a heavy in 23, you was on social media.
Okay.
Big time.
Yeah, I was.
Every day.
Every day. Let me tell you what transpired all that, man. Of course, you know, my wife was kidney failure, and I think, when did she? 2022. July 22. Long story short, man, I was depressed. You know, I was always that guy, I can help someone. But my wife, like I said, she started on dialysis. She was forced to retire. And dude, that hurt. And I couldn't do nothing. Right. I mean, absolutely nothing. I bought all the things, you know, to make her comfortable, but she'll come on after dialysis. If you ever had someone on dialysis, man, that is tough. So I pray that never happened to nobody in your family. But, and dude, it was rough. I was depressed. And I made a promise to myself. I said, I don't ever want to look like what I'm going through. And I'm the type of person, if I can help you, that's what I'm going to do. And so I took to social media and tried to be a positive influence, tried to be a light. And people didn't realize, and so a lot of people didn't know my wife was on dialysis. And when she got the kidney in July of 23, man, it was like, your wife needed a kidney? You can go back and watch all the social media I never mentioned. I don't think I probably mentioned once or twice that she was on dialysis. Never mentioned it, but I just never want to look like what I was going through. Right. And I think that inspired a lot of people, like, man, you know what, if that dude can go through that and keep it all together, and I always try to inspire and help people, man, I can do that too. Yeah. And so, now 2024 done rolled around, man, I kind of pushed back from it a little bit. And I'm like, now people calling, hey man, you okay? And so I'm about to get back into it, thank God to you, because hey, you called about the podcast, now I'm back. Yeah. I'm back at it. And so I actually spoke at an event probably about a couple of weeks ago at a pre-Valentine sneaker ball or whatever. And, you know, just talk about challenges in life, period. And you never know who you're going to influence if you get 1 like or 1,000 likes or 10,000. It doesn't matter, man. You impacted somebody. And guess what, man? That just do something to me when somebody called me and say, hey, man, I really appreciate what you said. You know, and guess what they did for me in 23 when I was going through all that? Yes. Yeah. And I kept it every day. It was every single day. It was. And so, man, I never knew who was watching it, you know. Just because somebody don't like the post or comment don't mean they not watching. They didn't get anything from it. True. But I'm telling y'all now, if y'all watch something, man, make a comment, make a like, because guess what? Everybody have feelings, man. You know, I need a little dopamine hit to say, yeah, okay, got it. So yeah, but that's the whole reason behind it. I just never want to look like what I was going through, period. And I hope that helps someone down the road. So
man, yeah. And I'm so happy that your wife's doing better.
Oh yeah, she's doing. Oh yeah, she's back at it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Back telling me what to do. So you know, I don't have a problem with that.
But yeah, like, man, with the social media stuff, man, like you said, that's a prime example. I tell anybody, I don't care if you specialize in security alarms, attorney.
Yeah.
People want to hear from you.
Yeah.
People want to learn. Yeah. And you might not get the views at first, but eventually somebody like me don't know nothing about whatever it is, law or whatever. I'm gonna watch it if I need to know about it.
Yeah.
And so that's been my thing when I meet people trying to get into the content creation world.
Gotcha.
Like, it's somebody being born every day. They gotta watch it. They gotta learn it.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it is the same stuff that they already done. They gotta watch it from somebody.
Yeah, they do.
And if you the first person,
yeah,
you gonna be the favorite. You gonna be the first one they go to, whatever, YouTube, Instagram, be like, what? Okay, did you post today? So if you don't ever start, you'll never be that person.
No, you're right. So, yeah, you're right. You gotta get started.
You gotta get started.
Yeah.
I'm a prime example. You go on the channel. I did videos just like other people, but people found me from that.
Sure, yeah.
And I have some people, they like, man, when you blow up, just remember us. Even with the little community I got, it's like, man, I'm so far from that. But they saying it now, so you just gotta. Just put your best foot forward and just keep going, man.
And, you know, saying that right there, I think Les Brown said this best. You don't have to be great to get started, but you need to get started to be great. Dude, you don't get started. I'm looking around like, wow. I can remember from the beginning, and now looking back now, I'm like, wow. And I'm glad I'm glad that you decided to go this route, because I mean, social media is where it's at.
Man, yeah. I always tell the story, man. Like, I went from 1 year, I only filmed like 10 weddings maybe, 5 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
And I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna post at least one post every week, whether it's about photos or weddings, majority. And I did that for a whole year. I ended up getting like 20 something weddings.
See what I'm saying?
So like, it just makes sense. That's why I always tell everybody.
So crazy. Because here's the thing I tell people. Here's another. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm kind of getting off script a little bit.
Nah, you good.
I try to improve myself 1% every day. So many times people just want to go from 10 to 50, 50 to 100. No, man, 1% every day. Try to improve every day of your life 1%. I don't care until the end of your days. Because there's one thing about it, man, we're not going to be here forever. But if you can improve 1% every day of your life, man, you're going to be better. You're getting better every day. And so that's been one of my philosophy, man. Just improve. Look back on what happened yesterday. Did I make someone day? Did I make someone mad? How can I make this day? How can I make tomorrow better? So, that's why I was telling you earlier about take inventory of your life. That's when my alarm go off at 7:30 in the morning, then 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7, all the way up to 9 o'clock at night, and I'm taking inventory. Okay, how can I improve myself?
Right.
How can I be a better person? I know I'm a good man.
Right.
I ain't perfect. I make mistakes, but when I make a mistake, I try to learn from it. So, But dude, I'm just looking at it. I just want to tell you, man, I'm just blown away right now, man. You just inspired me, man.
That's what I try to do with anybody, man. I don't know. It's always been that way. I try to lead by example, to be honest.
You're definitely doing it.
I always done that since I was young. Even when I couldn't, I try to figure out ways like, okay, because you can do it, try to force it. I ain't want to force it.
No, I don't do that.
So I learned, like, you know what? Build myself. And then it's just going to happen. Because they're going to see when they look at you, you're going to be like, yeah, he doing it. You just look at him and tell.
Yeah.
So that's something I learned. My father done told me, like, look, man, you want whatever you want. Just be a better you. And that's it.
That's it.
And he says nothing else. Don't try to go act a certain way. Just be you.
Yeah.
And just grow your inner self. Yeah. And that's what I did ever since.
Yeah.
So But yeah, and I wanted to ask you about like the social media stuff. Like, how I know, how was you coming up with those quotes? Like, how it's just some of the stuff. I know one you had the drone in there, and you was talking about how the tree. Like, how did that stuff just come up?
Man, like, to be quite honest with you, man, I have a strong faith in God, man. The man above, man, I can be walking, man, like, okay, about the tree, yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah.
The tree started in the ground. You know, you started in your mama womb.
Right. So,
in life is a process, man. Yeah. You know, and so how all this started, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man above, that was it. You know, it just taking whatever I can look around. I can look around right now and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like the light, be the light. You know, shine bright like when you walk into the room and you want to be that light. You know, look at your hair. You stand out. I love that. I wish I had a little hair, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Yeah. That's you. Yeah. And come up with content. I just got to get that all to God, man. Yeah. That ain't nothing I done. That's just what he just instilled that in me. And it's just so crazy because I write down, I keep a little journal by my bed or whatever, or even notes in my phone. Something come in my mind, boom, I write it down. I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah. You know, I was like, oh yeah, that's a Facebook message, right? That's a TikTok, that's a YouTube. You know, just write everything I face in life, man. I try to look the good at anything, man. Like, if you have a problem about something, I'm gonna take 10% of that time talking about it. 90% of the time, I'm gonna try to find a solution. That's just me. I don't waste time on trying to. What would me you arguing for? Right. We got a problem. Okay, it's a problem. That's 10% of it. Okay, cool. Let's take 90% of it and try to figure out, resolve this issue. And just, so, but back on just coming up with that content, man, the man above, being in line with myself, and just, because everybody's going through something in life. You might be going through something different in life. Mary might be going through something. Willie might be going through something. Right. Curtis might be going to Cedric, whatever. I'm just throwing that name. Yeah. Everybody got something different going on, man. I just hope my message, whenever I do speak to people, it'll help someone, period. If it's one, great. If it's 1,000, fantastic. As long as it helps somebody, that's all that matters. That's the end goal for me. My whole end goal is to help somebody. And those messages, and I think that's been... My mom always told me God have a higher calling on your life. And I'm like, and I still been trying to figure that higher calling out. I think I done figured it out, but I really don't know. I think I'm kind of scared of it, but that's a whole nother chapter. That's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, yeah, man, just the man above, to answer that question, it's the man above. Yeah. That's it, period. And I gotta throw it in there, man. I respected your mother so much, because she worked at the daycare. Yeah, she did. And I was one of the kids that she kind of brought up. You mean to tell me all this time? You just not telling me this? I thought I did. No, bro, I did not know. Boy, you about to get me emotional here, boy. Man, I did not know that. She taught like the kids that was about to get out of there, right? The older kids. Yeah, sure did. Yeah. So I loved how she just made sure you was in check. 'Cause you didn't run over her. You're not finna talk out of line. No, you're gonna be quiet when she say be quiet. You're not gonna do anything. You're gonna do what she say and you're gonna do it the right way. Yeah. Man, just, you know what, my mom, you said something that just at the end, just saying, do it the right way. This is one thing she always, boy, I'm about to get emotional. I had to throw it in. I had to say that. But how did I know? Okay, hold it together, kids. You on podcast. Man, she always taught, like I said, she had 8 boys, and she always taught her, just do what's right. If you don't do nothing else, do what's right. And to hear you say that, man, that was her message across the board, man. Yes, because she never told us that. I just saw it. I just realized it. She never said. I just remember how she had everybody in that class and like, you just gonna do the right thing in her class. Wow. And everybody else, you talking, just her playing, presence. You sitting. Every time you open her door, they quiet, looking at what she doing or whatever. Wow. So I guess without her even telling, I just got that from her. Wow. Like, yeah, you. Boy, you. Like, man.
But it made sense. You know why I met you and I realized that was your mother. Like, nah, it makes sense. That's his mother. Yeah. That's why he's the way he is.
It's full circle now.
Man,
wow.
Like, yeah, she was always encouraging. Of course, when you wrong, she gonna get you. But when you right, she gonna let you know when you right.
She was that lady.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
she was. And that's something I always respected her. And as I was growing up, you know, I always kind of reflect back, like, okay, like who helped me? You know, I always try to tell the people that I knew that helped me in certain parts of my life. I try to let them know, like, hey, I appreciate you.
Wow.
No matter what it is, it could be small, cause I learned from everybody. And she was one of the ones for sure. Cause like I said, she gave us a check.
I love it, man. I would remember that if you had told me.
I thought I did. But it's probably been so long ago.
Yeah, but we talk. Oh God, we used to talk all the time. But man, thank you, man. I need to hear that, man.
Heck yeah, man.
Like, golly, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, Mom, they still talking about you, lady. Wow.
Heck yeah, I'm always remember it for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
I like that.
But man, but I know that's probably one of the main things, you know, that kept you pushing and kept going forward. Yeah. But what's some other things that keeps you going on a day-to-day?
Man, I'm just gonna tell you on a day-to-day basis. You know, my mom. Man, get a little story about my mom. She died in 2017, ovarian cancer. Dude, that crushed me. I mean, that crushed me. But she always told us, you know, me and my brothers, to do what's right. Of course, I know I told you that, and just do it. You didn't know this before she became a daycare worker, man. She worked 2 jobs. Worked at a furniture factory. No, I'm sorry, it was some kind of factory in Oklahoma. I can't remember what it was, a pants factory or whatever. And worked at Walmart at night. All in the midst of all that, man, she was going to cosmetology school, man.
Oh, man.
Wow. So she got her beautician license or whatever. She did that for a little while, and that's when she got into the daycare. And to see my mom raise 8 boys,
oh, that's crazy.
2 jobs, they ain't going to school. Oh, I forgot about this. Got a cosmetology license. Then later on in life, I think she was mid-50. Went back, got to college, and got a college degree. So
I think I actually remember that.
Yeah,
I remember them talking about that.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
To see her do that, man, I'm like, 8 boys.
That's tough.
That was tough, and she did all that, man. So that was, and every time I think about giving up and don't want to do something, I think about my mom, man. Yeah. Like, no doubt, no, dude, she was that, like, real talk, she was the GOAT.
Yeah, for sure.
She was the GOAT. And you know, my dad too, man. He was my dad. You know, me and my dad got we had some history or whatever, you know. But later on, after mom passed, we grew stronger, man, and seeing him after mom passed and whatever, he realized my dad was lost after my mom passed. I didn't realize how much mama was the glue. She kept us in check, kept him in check. And I think after she passed, he was kind of lost for a little while, and he finally bounced back and got it right. You know, to see him do that, you know, to go from where he was in life and to the end stage of his life, and you know, that was inspirational for me. I'm just gonna be honest, man. My dad was a functional alcoholic. You know, he wasn't perfect, but it was my dad. My mom told me to respect my dad, so I'm not gonna bash him for that. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. Right. I don't know how my dad's childhood was growing up. I heard something and I never really brought it up to him. I didn't, but you know, I heard something and I can only imagine why he did what he did. But hey, that's still my dad. I love that dude. I still love him today. He's gone on, but hey. But like I said, mom is the go though. Yeah. Just look at her and, you know, going through what she been through in life, and man, and just do it. Like I said, 8 boys. And man, I'm gonna brag my mom. And my mom and dad both, man, neither one of us, my brothers, you know, we successful in our own little way, you know what I'm saying? But none of us really never got into trouble, man. I mean, we might have went to jail for speeding or hanging with the wrong crowd. I ain't gonna say we, a couple of my brothers, I haven't personally, but for we never been in jail. And, you know, I can just remember, man, just my uncle and them telling me, uncles and aunts and cousins and people around to say, he told my mom that, hey, you probably need to be a bail bondsman, because them boys gonna be in jail. Man, God be the glory, bro. None of us did overnight in jail, you know. And so, like I said, and I just say it was just one of my brothers did a night in jail. That's because he was speeding and he didn't have a license. So, but that was a whole nother chapter on that. But man, just mom, bro. Yeah, her story. I mean, my mom got a story, man. And so that's how I keep motivating, and I can't give up because of her. I can't. Ain't no, I can't. I just can't. I can't let her down.
It's no excuses, man.
Yeah, no excuses. And by you talking about, I didn't know she impacted your life.
Yeah.
Didn't know that until you just said, you gonna wait till we get on the podcast and tell I'm trying to hold these tears back. Like, really, man?
I ain't hit you with that.
You hit me hard, bro. I'm still thinking about that. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. But yeah, my mom, man. This is my mom, period.
But yeah, she's definitely one. It's quite a few, man. Like, I mean, from the people at the daycare, then some of the people at the schools, from the elementary, upper, like some of the teachers, and definitely some high school teachers, some of my classmates for sure. Yeah. Especially towards the end, because I seen it was weird. It wasn't weird because how I was raised, because like my father had a lot to do with it, and my grandfather. I seen where if you can help people, do it.
Your grandfather the GOAT, bro. Yeah, go ahead. I had to just tell you that. Yeah, he that's a real man. They don't make men like him no more. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't make men like him, bro, boy.
But like seeing them do what they do, especially like my father, like I had some young dudes under me when I was a senior or a junior, really, because we didn't have no seniors when I was a junior, and it was like, okay, I'm part of this team, right? Yeah. I'm the captain. I'm like literally at one point I know I was the best. Yeah. And you know, eventually one or two of them, they was like, yeah, I got to kind of question a little bit. But anyway, it was two of them, two young boys, and they was freshmen. And they kind of like just flocked to me. Like, you know, at first they were hanging out with the other teammates, and then they got around me one good time, man. They was like, you different, man. I said, nah, this is how it is. You know, I was just being real with them. Yeah. And then I kind of seen that I was kind of being like an older brother to them and always giving them advice. And I'm sitting here, I'm in high school talking to them like they my little brother or like they my son. Yeah. Like, nah, bro, you can't do that. Like, why you letting that man get you mad? If you let him get you mad, he in control of you. Yeah. Like stuff like that. You know, nobody never tell a young person that. No. And whoever can make you mad, they in control of you. Yeah. And you being a man, you can't let nobody be in control of you. You can't.
Dude, you learned that at an early age. I see why you in the position you in now. Golly, so, yeah, that's true.
It was stuff like that I would tell them. And they was like, man, that's like, yeah, KB, you right. And, you know, they learn. And man, at the end, I remember I was teaching them ball. And so like, you know me, I stayed in the gym. Oh, bro. And eventually I said, look, I can say whatever I want to say, but I can say it all day, but if you don't believe it don't matter. Yeah. And I said, I'm gonna tell you, but if you don't take it, that's up to you. Yeah. But if you listen to me, I'm gonna make sure you just as good as me or right there on me, you know, right there, get that close. And I remember, man, they was learning, they was getting in there, they was teaching, like one dude, he changed his shot within a day or two. He already had the perfect form. He just had to keep going. And then one game, man, they was playing JV, and man, they was going nuts. Like, one of them hitting back-to-back threes. One of them hitting the mid-range he always loved to hit. Zach form. One of them getting to the lane because he wanted to attack more. He was doing it. And everybody was cheering for him. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. And I'm sitting on the bench because I watched them when they play. I'm watching. I'm like, man, they have no idea that we've been working on that. And that I changed their game completely because one of them shooting over their head. Couldn't really dribble good. Yeah. And like, man, they was just tearing them boys up. I said, that's crazy. Yeah. That was crazy. And then to this day, he came in here and I gave him some other gems. He was like, man, every time I see you, it's always something new. I said, that's how it's gotta be.
You gotta be. Hey, just say 1% every day.
Every day.
Learn something new every day. I don't care what it is. Every day, man. So dude, you learned that at an early age, man. Yeah. And I guess that's the reason I gravitated to you so much, because you are different. You know, and I saw that in you, and I'm like, and like I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm telling you, crush me when you said, hey, I ain't gonna play ball anymore. Like, dude, you put all this work in, you just gonna give it up just like that? And I was like, oh man. But when you told me what you was about to do and what you wanted to do and what you doing now, I'm like, I'm glad I was part of your journey, man. You push you towards it. Because Because though when people have ideas, man, they just didn't just grab it out the air.
Mm-hmm.
God put that idea in your head for a reason. Mm-hmm. It's up to you to activate it. So you did it, bro. I tell you, look at this. Look at this. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I knew that a lot of people, if I would have told them, they wouldn't understand. No. Yeah, they wouldn't want to. Like, nah, man, you good at basketball. You already got something you good at.
That's why you gotta have a committee.
and everybody, I realized when they was into something when we was in school, like, nah, I'm just gonna do this because I'm good at it. Like, bro, if you feel like you can do something else, try it for a little while and see if you really liked it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Cause I had people that like, man, it was this girl, and she liked it something. She was already into it. Yeah. But she found something else she liked, and we was talking about it. I said, you might need to check it out. But she said, I'm already good at this one. I was like, you just try, you never know. But you know, I think she kept on the same track. But I was one of the ones like, yeah, I play ball, but like, check this out though. Look what I learned about this. Yeah. Like, I could potentially make that. Yeah. And then when I remember I used to say like, man, I can make what, 5K, 3K from one shoot. Sure. And they was like, don't worry about the money. What are you talking about? It's 3K. What are you talking? And I always, of course, I didn't always go into detail, but I always tell people like, money is a tool. It's not. I only use money to make sure we able to have the opportunities. Yeah. That's the only reason why I wanted a good bit of money. Like, that's it. It wasn't just say I got a lot of money. It was to say, okay, if my brother want to do something, you want to do it? Okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. It's not to be like, let's wait a year. Yeah. Let's wait 2 years.
Let's just do it.
You ready to do it? You sure you can do it? You got the research? Let's go. Yeah. That's exactly why. That's exactly I'm trying to get to a certain fortune now. Yeah. So if anybody around me that's in my circle that said, hey, I got this idea, check it out. Let's do it. So we doing it next week. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always been.
I love that. I love it.
That's the only reason I wanted money. That's it. It wasn't just because, I make this much and nah, it's nothing for that. I don't care what people think about me having a certain amount of money. That don't matter to me. It's just about.
And I got a friend of mine live in Nashville. He always tell, hey man, it's just money.
Yeah, it is.
You can't take this stuff with you. Yeah. And like I said, do I make great money? Yeah, I think I'm in a good position in life, but like money is a tool, like you said. And now I make money for my wife and kids. You know, I like some finer things in life? Yeah, that's cool. But at the end of the day, man, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. And I want to be able to give back too. Because you don't never know. Hey, you might come up with an idea and you very passionate about it. And I know you're going to fulfill whatever idea you got. And you might come to me, hey man, I got this idea. Yeah. And I need this X amount of dollars. I just need you to help me out. Yeah. Guess what? If I got it, I'm gonna give it to you. Like, dude, do what you got to do.
Yeah. So, make it happen.
You make it happen. Yeah. Just do it. Nike, baby. Just do
it. That's a special ability for anybody that got that. Like, when somebody tell you about something and you can make it happen, no matter what it is, that's a special ability.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah.
Because that's something I learned in the long run that I can do. Like, when my dad told me, like, man, try this, and he'd be like, I ain't think he was gonna do it, to be honest. And I ended up doing it. And I was like, man, whatever you say, I gotta do. Like, I don't care what it is. If I mess up, okay, what else? I gotta make it happen. Yeah. But because I seen him, you gotta make it happen. Yeah. It don't matter what's going on. You got to make it happen.
Your dad knew he had something special in you. That's why he tell you these things. He was like, well, he gonna do it. Let's see how far along he's gonna go.
Yeah. But you know. Yeah. But it's a lot to that. And speaking of money, I just gotta go and hit it. Man, our boy, Chris Jones, man.
Yeah.
That man there, 3 rings, man. What you think about that? Now that's a journey there.
Chris, it's so crazy you saying, but I can remember when Chris was playing ball in high school. And Chris and I had a pretty good relationship in high school, even through his college career. When he got to the big league, I think he forgot about it. I'm just talking Chris now. But anyway, man, Chris' journey alone, man, when I say that's God-gifted talent, and man, you can't teach talent, bro. You not that kind of talent, bro. That's God-gift, man. You can't teach that, man. And he just, dude, he's blessed. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that because I think he's been in the league, since 2000.
Ooh, it's been a minute.
16?
It's
3
been a
rings, man. Dude, and they better pay the man. I mean, he getting paid now, but they need to pay the man.
Yeah, he deserve it.
He deserve it, man. Like, man, you was talking earlier when I saw him on the podium with Patrick Mahomes and all them, they talking about, hey, the Hunt brothers, whatever the Hunt man, the owner, and Chris was up there. I said, he the face of the franchise. That's it. You out there with Patty Mahomes.
You there, man.
You there.
There's no question.
Yeah, no doubt. And, hey, but Chris, golly, he's that guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good dude too, man. He's a good dude.
He really is. I actually had
man.
some stories about him. Like my dad encountered him a little bit when he was younger.
Yeah.
And he actually knew our folks, and I was like, that's crazy. But I got this one story I always tell people. I played ball with Chris when I was younger. And down there, Second Baptist, that court, outdoor. So it's an outdoor court. And
is that court still there?
It's still there.
Okay, yeah.
And they got the goal is a metal post. It's a metal pole. You know how it's you can't move it. Man, I tell you, Chris was coming down the lane. He probably was like 18, maybe, probably younger than that. I was young. And man, he was coming down the lane. He did a layup, full speed, laid it up, made it, but his shoulder hit the pole. Boom, rocked the whole goal. He fell. Everybody was like, oh, because it's Chris.
Yeah.
Chris like, I'm good. Next play, did the same thing, laid it up, body. I was like, ain't no way. That day, I was like, that's a tough dude.
That's a man.
I'm talking about he went shoulder first. Wham, whole thing just rocking. I ain't never seen that go rock like that. And he got up like nothing happened. I said, nah, you too tough.
And they wonder why he's one of the best players in the league right now.
Like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, man, Chris, pay the man. Period. Kansas City, pay the man. Quit playing.
I go to pay him.
He's a franchise player.
Like, man, I watched the games because of him for sure. And like,
that's the only reason I watch Kansas City, because of him.
The stuff he do on the field, man, that's hard. Like, of course, I ain't never played football.
Gotcha.
But I played sports, and I know at a certain level it gets to certain difficulty for sure. And what he's doing, how he breaking through there, and he moving them guys, and he get double teamed all the time. It's like, bro,
he's an impact.
You something, man.
I mean, you just think about the Super Bowl we played a few weeks ago. Chris made some huge plays.
Rushing.
Like bro. Brock Purdy, whatever his name is. Dude, he was in his face. And I'm like, wow.
Like that, you on the biggest stage, man, and you moving like that, and you making that impact. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Like, Kansas City pay the man once again. Pay the man. Yeah.
I had to throw that at you.
Yeah,
for sure,
that's no doubt. Yeah, I'm gonna call Chris too if he answers the phone. That's another yeah, but anyway.
I hope I don't think I ever had a conversation, but I seen him a couple times, but hopefully I see him again, cause I know he be around here often.
Does. Yeah, and I'm gonna throw this out here, Chris. You need to come see my boy, Keyshawn, KB, baby. You need to quit playing. Get on the podcast. Blow this man up. You are larger than life. Now, I ain't gonna say larger than life, but you doing well. Come to the podcast. But anyway, so I put that out there.
Yeah, we'll love to have you for sure, cause I know the Houston would love to hear his story. Hear more about his story, coming straight from his mouth. Cause I know we seen some videos where they made it about him and his grandma was talking, but like hearing it from him directly, I don't think I ever seen him on a podcast. If I have, I probably just missed it.
I have seen him on a podcast with
probably one of his teammates.
Was it Kelsey and
Jason? Probably.
That was that podcast. That was wild. They talk about that was y'all go watch that podcast. That was wild. But it was a good one. That was wild. But now to hear his story from him, I don't think I ever heard just coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's it, bro. You just put.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
like I know. I heard that he used to be on the couch and stuff, but like I know it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story.
Yeah, Chris, come on here and tell these folks your story, man. They want to hear it from the horse's mouth, man. Come on.
Yeah, I believe it inspires a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
man,
no doubt.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about inspiring people. Like, man, what do you got to say to upcoming people, like younger people and older people too?
Yeah.
Like, what? Give me some positive stuff that they can take on.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. Be like Nike. Just do it. And I always have a good supporting cast, like I told you. The way I look at life, man, I came up this just cat method. I don't know you heard of it or not. You know, just cat. You know, just cat is that's what they call me. But CAT, you create, you adapt, you trust. So whatever you want to do out of life, you got to create it. And situation gonna change. And so whatever, when you create something, just like you did doing this podcast right now, we're gonna piggyback off this, just like you're doing this podcast, you created this. Guess what? You didn't have all the equipment that you needed, but you adapted to it.
True.
You did what you had to do. And guess what? Now you trust in the process. So just use the just cat method. Create, adapt, trust. Because that's what I live by, man. And for you people that want to do whatever in life, man, even you, man, keep going. Stay consistent. Be you. Don't change for nobody else now. Be you. You know, we talk about money and all that good stuff. Don't let the money change you. And help others get to where they need to go to. Because I think someone told me this a long time ago. I heard it on I might have been a podcast. I don't know. I heard it from somewhere. If you help enough people get what they want, eventually you can get what you want.
True that.
And I'm telling you, I'm a man, we get the G's messed up, get and giving. We always want to get, but we'll never want to give back. And so, man, I think that's been my whole life story, man, just giving back. I always, when I step in the room, man, I feel like I'm the light. Always. You very seldom catch me in a bad mood. Yeah. So I always try to keep a positive attitude. I always try to find the good out of it. If it's a bad situation, try to find the good out of it.
Right.
Man, you get to fight right now. Man, guess what? I'm gonna be mad. But then I'm gonna think about it. Man, he was going through something.
No. Something deeper.
It's something deeper behind it, because every action is a reaction. So, but it don't always have to be that. And so I just think, man, just do it. Stay positive. Use the just cat method. Create, adapt, trust. That's just something I came up with, man. And I think you'll never know until you try. Because did you know you was gonna hit that shot if you didn't shoot it?
Nope.
You're gonna miss it every time. So
true that.
If you don't shoot it, you're gonna miss it.
Yep.
So, man, and build a team, man. Build a team. I always build a team. Let's just go back to your committees one time. Build a team. Because I heard someone tell me this the other day. Say great players win games, but a team wins championships.
True.
I don't need a great player. I need a great team.
Speak on it.
You see what I'm saying? So just always keep that in mind. Just try it, man.
Yeah.
Just try it. So what? It ain't a failure. Okay, this just didn't work. We can just go back and look it back over the histories, man. The history book. The light bulb, it would try how many times? 1,000 times?
1,000 times. Too many times.
Too many times. But guess what? Now look at the light.
Lights
LED. Look at that. Boy, you got me shining bright like a diamond. You got me, boy, looking good over here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So